I followed Fabienne up the unlit staircase for about 5 floors, along a short but equally murky corridor, then finally into a dark apartment. She turned on a light, kicked off her shoes, she reached for my hand, and led me to the kitchen. I attempt to make small talk with her as she pours us both a glass of pastis. "Salute," I say, raising my glass. She giggles, "Salute," and smiles. My French is terrible. Her English is only slightly better. "D'accord," I reply. She giggles again and leaves the room. I sit on a stool in the phosphorescent kitchen light, sipping at my drink and reflecting on the day's events. So many firsts for me. I wonder what was going to happen next, although I had a good idea. We were going to have sex. Another first for me. The sickly aniseed pastis was making me feel ill. I was already ridiculously drunk, so I poured it down the sink. Soon enough, Fabienne stepped into the kitchen, hair wet and skin glistening, wrapped in a thin, frayed towel. "You now?" she instructed, pointing to the bathroom door. I smiled and raised my eyebrows as I headed for the bathroom. I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm either going to be fucked or murdered. Either would be an appropriate ending to such a bizarre day. The shower is freezing, which is beneficial to my cognition, yet totally detrimental to my penis as it shrinks to barely an inch from complete inversion. I spend a few minutes slapping, cupping, and rubbing the blood back into it until we are both quite happy. I return to the kitchen still wet and with an armful of clothes. She notices this, and with a genuine look of concern, she unwraps her slim figure from the frayed towel to reveal an uninhibited vision of nakedness. First, she hands me the towel, and then my glass, which she'd kindly refilled with pastis. She spins around and disappears into her bedroom. I dry my hair with the towel. It smells of damp and onions. Her room is an utter mess of discarded clothes, books, magazines, and an assortment of dirty cups and glasses. The single bed is unmade and sags in the middle like in a badly drawn cartoon. A low light comes from a brass table lamp on the floor, with thin, patterned fabric draped over it. I drop my clothes and down the pastis in one. She stares me in the eyes, taking a step towards me. My entire body shivers as our bare skin connects. I press my mouth against hers and we lower ourselves onto the broken-down bed. She mounts me straight away, no foreplay or any messing around. She just hops right on and rides away for a long time. It was nice to start with, and I thought I wouldn't last long, but the bed was putting me off. I wasn't comfortable enough to relax and get into what was going on. How could anyone regularly sleep in this position? It was also gritty, like there was sand in the sheets. I let her use me, as my thoughts wandered. Occasionally, she'd lean forward and kiss me on the mouth, or she'd dig her nails into my chest, which renewed my focus. But for the most part, I could have been somewhere else, or even someone else. What a totally weird day this was. The whole day was fucked up. I was drunk by 11 a.m. I'd partied with a group of French punks. I smoked my first joint in the afternoon. I watched a guy carve open his face with a razor blade, and then I tattooed a badly drawn bird on the arm of a complete stranger. And then, while not even trying, I'd somehow won the affections of a breathtakingly beautiful girl before witnessing her spurned ex-boyfriend leap out of a second-story window and onto the cobbled street below. As I'm trying to make it all make sense, Fabienne suddenly jumps off me and hurries out of the room. I wonder if I've done something to upset her. My blank gaze, my lack of effort, my virgin moves. The sound of her puking into the toilet bowl eases my mind in a way. She's in the bathroom for about 10 minutes, and when the heaving and splashing finally stops, I hear a tap running, the toilet flushing, and the long drone of old water pipes. She appears naked and beautiful at the doorway, wiping her mouth and dabbing her eyes with tissue. "Sorry," she mews apologetically, before hopping back into bed, straddling me and beginning the endless grind again. She leans down to kiss me, and I get a taste of onion, pastis, and tangy bile. She goes at it for another 10 minutes or so before I notice that she's slowing down before completely stopping. I wonder if she's finally come, but she's actually asleep. Feeling a little self-conscious, I maneuver out of the bed and head for the bathroom. I wash my cock, rinse my mouth, and look for toothpaste. No luck. So I go to the kitchen and find an opened carton of apple juice on the counter. Anything will do to get her vomity, saliva taste out of my mouth. I climb back into the uncomfortable, narrow bed and spoon her. It's 3 a.m. and I'm asleep within minutes. I hear her singing in the shower, and that heaving groan of old plumbing. I lay there in her gritty bed, at a weird angle, waiting for my senses to catch up with my headache. Nausea and anxiety soon follow. Then I open my eyes. I'm in a dim, dirty apartment, somewhere in Rouen, France. Fabienne enters the room and begins dressing. She notices that I'm awake. "Good morning," she smiles, rubbing her long brown hair with that familiar frayed towel. My heart aches. She is utterly beautiful. "Hi," I smile through the pain, and for a moment, I think I'm in love.